All right, we're live. Okay, I have a few questions which I had earlier today. I'll start off by answering them. Today is gonna be just raw, interactive Q&A, product research, product review, content review, all of the above. So yeah, I'm just gonna be chilling with you guys, and hopefully you can learn from this because this is like gonna be the most transparent thing ever. I'm just gonna check some of my product sheet. So I've made a few products. I've added a few products to my list, which I have in mind today to give you guys some feedback about, and at the same time, we can answer some questions. So let me start by answering this question. Yeah, so earlier we had a question about football niche. Very, I'm gonna say it's uncommon. You don't often see this niche a lot. I'm gonna put it out here for everyone to see, but also for the person who asked. Here's your answer. Football niche in general is not not it. Anime. Let me see. What else would I put here? These are generally not recommended unless you go for like the 1% sort of product. So if I were to add something here, it would be meme products. But yeah, let's keep it for those for now. Generally, you don't want to go for the 99% of products for these niches because most of your audience is going to be just numbers. They're not going to actually convert. And that's the problem. So for that reason, try to, I'm not saying you cannot go for car niche, for example, or anime niche. I know some products which are amongst the top 1% of all products, but what I'm saying is literally 99% of products are going to be bad. Why? Because they have no value. So to give you more context, it was, I think, one of these blankets for football, which is a passionate niche. So on paper, it's actually a good product. But the problem is few factors. So the way he marketed his product was by using these formats where you say, if we get, let's say, 10k comments, we will name our son whatever. Okay, these are only good at the start. So if you made a new account, you want to go viral ASAP, go for this sort of format, but you shouldn't expect to go and get sales from this. Instead, you could use it as a tool to, just skyrocket your account in terms of engagement, just overall views, TBH. So obviously there's multiple factors which led, to give you context, this person went viral, kinda, on IG, but he didn't convert. Mainly for the format, that's one. Two is the niche, so football niche is not it. I'm not sure if the bracelets would be good to sell, because we know that the bracelets are proven concepts for car niche and bike niche. So you could argue it's good for football, but since I promised this is gonna be a transparent video, I'm just gonna give you some sauce. If you wanna go for any of these, but preferably, like, let's stick to football for now. Preferably go for non-English content, because that way, although the football niche is very, uh, it's a major sort of audience, but that's the problem. The more wide or like generic the audience is, the worse it is for you to collect quality leads. For that reason, oftentimes you see the top products are actually focusing on a very specific hyper niche, and that's what we want to do. So if you want to actually go for this sort of niche, try to make some filters to it. So whether it's the way you're marketing it or the language. if you could go for something that's not spoken by the majority of the people, you could actually pick or like find an untapped market for this product. But yeah, again, there's a lot of factors which led to this product not being good. Yeah, I would say just go for either the bracelet, but even though like the bracelet is also, I would just avoid the football niche. If you want to go for the bracelet, go for non-English. That's my conclusion. I think that's the best way to handle this problem. Let me see if there's any other question about that. But yeah, so that's a crazy part. A lot of people would think, including myself, when I first started, I thought your location is directly linked to whether you're gonna get high quality leads or not. So the big question is your location tied to whether you're gonna print with your views or not? The short answer is depends. The long answer is on TikTok perhaps, okay? So TikTok is actually gonna benefit you for living in EU, for example, or the US. However, for IG, the big discovery was I literally had someone create an account for me using, US info, and after 2 months of posting, I have right now 10 million views on that same account, and to my surprise, it's literally just generic views. It's not tied to any country. That's one thing which a lot of people forget, is that IG is just like a global. It's literally the most globalized platform. I would argue TikTok is way less, it's way more localized actually. Same for Snapchat. Snapchat is one of the most underrated platforms, which nobody talks about. But personally, I get maybe 30% of my sales from there. I'll tell you why. So there's a big chunk of my orders coming from direct reach. So they would have to type my website on their browser, and that way they can purchase. And I was surprised. There's a big percentage of my sales coming from there. So I analyze where or which platforms did I not have a link in. Snapchat is one of those. Obviously you cannot, I'll put it here on the side. So Snapchat, you can only put your link in the story. It's really hard to put like a call to action. For that reason, I started to put a CTA at the end of the video. That's one. And then two, I would start, what's it called? It's like snap. Yeah, send a snap to as a reply. So whenever there's a comment, you would reply to it using a snap, is what I meant to say. So whenever you have a comment, reply with a snap, and that way you could repost your content, and then on top of it have a CTA. And this converted a lot. So these are generally the best ways, but for the most part, actually there's a third one, which is the caption. My caption is always like this, so get yours. And then I type the link. So I'm assuming that this has caused most people to purchase, because I have millions of views on Snap, and I have like hundreds of views on my stories. So I'm assuming this is what caused the direct purchases. So yeah, that's some underrated information about Snapchat. The reason I mentioned it is because it's very similar to TikTok. So these two are very localized. However, IG is the most random in terms of views. So regardless of whether you live in the UK or you live in Asia, it doesn't matter. As far as I understood so far, it literally does not matter. I've generated over 300 million views on IG, and one thing which I've done recently on my same account, which I've generated over 200 million views, is I added this tool, or like a feature, which by the way is not available on all accounts, because my second account with over 10k followers does not have it. So I think you need to apply for it or something. Is to cause or to restrict audience based off age, based on age. And it's gonna be not just generically based off age, but also country. So this is a very powerful tool, and I'm not gonna lie, this gave me hope with my IG account, because at first it was actually very tough, to say the least. So you'd get a big chunk of views, but then maybe 30% or 40% are actually quality leads. And you kind of rely on that, you know? Like you would get a million views, 400k would be actually quality leads. It's like a fair trade, considering you go viral every 2 days. So this is way better in my opinion. So obviously I don't go as viral as before, but I've noticed my CVR has increased with less views because of this feature. And the best part is the analytics would actually show you, like right now my I think top, I mean it depends on the timing. This is the crazy part. If you are struggling with this problem, because by the way I'm linking this to the same question which this guy had, is that he's in the UK, he's posting on IG, he went viral, and he made 0 sales. All of his views were poor quality leads. The answer to it is to keep on posting, preferably change your formats. I mean, it depends on the product too, but if your product is valid, then change how you market it. We already validated that the way you marketed the product was not it. It's not recommended. This is just for farming views. Next point is to get a bunch of followers, then set this setting, which is restricting, you know, age by country. Next point is trial reels. I don't know if people have figured this new feature out or not, or even started using it, but I'm telling you guys, this is what the advanced people are doing. I've seen a pattern, I do it myself, and the best part is my views are literally, if I post at the right time, US would be my #1. This is coming from an account which literally had maybe 60% of their views going to bad countries, or like non-converting countries is what I mean. Now, although the views are less, US is literally #1 or 2 every time. The one condition is the timing. This is the biggest lie which I've had been told for the longest time. So I've always thought that you don't need to care about the time you post. Instead, just care on the account setup, the content. Turns out, if you actually time your posting for when it's prime time for US or any of the like destinations you would like to market to, then your chances are higher to marketing to them. So hopefully this is clear. And by the way, if there's any questions, feel free to ask. So this is like a very low key, because I've never heard anyone talk about this strategy, and I didn't realize how important this was until I've noticed that people are facing this problem regardless of where they live. So even people in the US would face a problem where their views are going to the wrong countries on IG. Again, because it's a generic or a globalized platform. So yeah, this is step #1. This is step #2. And yeah, that's how you do it. And then EU is like the rest of the countries. So hopefully this answers your question. I think I answered most of it. Yeah, and how do you find this tool? You have to click on your dashboard, the professional dashboard on your IG. It's usually here. Okay, the profession dashboard, you click on it, and then you click on the setting through this profession dashboard, and then you have that feature to restrict country by age. So yeah, that's a lifesaver, and hopefully that helps. Next, I kind of want to do some product analysis. There's a product which I've hinted about in my previous video, but I did not review it or like reveal it. So there's a lot of things which I would like to share with you guys about it, because honestly, this is like the new, we're witnessing more advanced people using the current tools to take dropshipping to a whole different level. And this is the account. All right. So if you are unaware, if you're unaware, there's a few ways to, well, actually, there's more ways than ever now to literally not need any sort of content creation. So this page have actually went viral multiple times without even like creating any content. It's mainly stitching and then AI. And I'm gonna start by showing, I mean, this video, for example, is very obvious that it's AI, the start. Hopefully it's obvious to you guys. So whenever I see anyone doing this sort of content where they have like very scuffed boxes, I instantly understand that they're, you know, either selling a custom product or they don't even have the product to begin with. So you can see everything's made up. So yeah, that's a video. So here's my theory, okay? My theory is this is a custom product which he had just bought one variant of. So literally this one watch is showing here. That's the one watch he bought. And then he either AI enhanced every video, or he just from scratch created these videos using AI. Because you could see I'm gonna just let it repeat. Watch it carefully, analyze it. So first of all, he didn't have these boxes, which are literally matching the color of the watches, the blue, red, green, and then the movement of the camera is very perfect, but at the same time there's like some sort of lag to it. It's like glitching, which is an AI effect. Now this could be either AI enhancement or just purely AI Sora 2 sort of, you know, clips. So this, and by the way, this is all like literally, where is it? It's all labeled as AI. I don't know if it shows on mobile or like on browser, I mean. Yeah, it doesn't seem like it gives the label here, but yeah, it is, it gives like an AI info. So this hook is AI as well. This one, I had to search to find out how he did this. Turns out it's a stitched video, which he, you know, he gave it to AI, to Sora 2, and then he added his product to this pre-existing video. So this was some person who reviewed this collab, you see? So he combined his product with this pre-existing stitch video. So there's actually a new method which people are doing, which is combining either their pre-existing content, so you can feed your content plus AI to give you high quality content. So that's the first route. The second route is stitching. So you give stitched videos with AI to create a brand new content. The third one is to just use AI. It will create everything for you. So it's gonna be original. Yep. So these are what we are, like these are the three things you could see in this video. Yeah, so that's that might be just the perfect. I think there's some controversy in the video, that's why I didn't want to play it till the end. But hopefully you guys got the idea. There's a lot to be learned from this page. If anyone is looking into AI, check this page. I'm telling you, I literally spent like, because his product is like, you could apply the same things he did to whatever product you have. And I believe he went for, so the hooks he used only AI. So it's brand new sort of hook. And by the way, I forgot to mention, whoever this is, okay, respect to this person, they're actually doing something very good. They're posting 1 time a day, and then they're posting like 3 trials per day, which is another thing which I personally do. It's very, very important. So I've noticed that my trial reels, they get on average, first of all, they get you cold outreach audience. So they've never seen your product before, which is not bad. It's actually good. So that's 1. 2 is the reach on average, if you post at the right time, is actually better than my account. Like if I were to post it normally. So that's the second reason. And the third reason, which is the most important one, is you can get to repost. I feel like trial reels were created for us because IG is known for reposting. You could repost, split test, but combining it with trial reels allows you to repost as many times as you want, especially the viral ones, and then your pre-existing followers will not see it as spam. So you're constantly attracting new leads, new followers, while retaining your pre-existing ones. So that's a very important thing for you guys to know. So whenever you see someone posting like once every 3 days, they might be just doing it low-key. They're posting on trial reels, and that's it. So yeah, it's really important to look into these things. I'm gonna try to find this one last video before I move on about this topic. Yeah, this is it. This is like entirely AI. You could watch it from A to Z. So I believe this was a stitch video because I've seen something similar, but then they gave it to AI. They got their watch into the stitched video, and then this is AI. So yeah. By the way, they the biggest proof to what I'm saying is that they actually switched the product. They it's a custom product which they don't even have. They have like a sample. It's either that they didn't convert, or they couldn't like match the supply, so they switched the product now to the grid bracelet. This might be one of the only winning products, by the way, for the car niche. So that's interesting. So yeah, hopefully you guys learned something from this. This is actually like some of the most recent strategies which a lot of people are doing. So I would say I'm doing everything from this except for the AI. So I haven't started using this for posting. I have it on my website, on everywhere, except for the content. So I would say this is like the most advanced thing you could do. And if you could make it look as realistic as possible, then your chances are you're gonna just outcompete everyone. Alright. Let me see if there was one more product which someone asked me to review. Let me check Discord. Can't seem to find that product. It was like the Lego. Let me see. It's fine. I couldn't find it, but that's okay. Let me see if there's something interesting here to note. Black Friday. By the way, if you haven't been adding your Black Friday offers, you're missing out. It's supposed to be on November 28th, but apparently everyone decided to make it 2 days ago, and it's actually been performing really well. It's like you get the most out of it for 10 days instead of being it for 1 day. So that's really important. Okay, so I guess I'm gonna just leave it for... Should I just show my products? I mean, there was some products which I had... The thing is, I don't want to leak, because there's some products which some people asked me to review, but I need their consent first. So instead, if there's a product which I would want to show you guys, it would be from me personally. So I'm gonna check real quick. Because I given you one winner today. We need one more. One more to call it a night. Oh, there we go. Someone was asking me about this product. Are they even going viral? Not really. Yeah, it's a bit tough for this product, it seems. It's either that he didn't add my country into his market. I mean, the product is solid. I'm not gonna lie. It's a very customized product, and it has some value if you think about it. There's a lot of potential with this product, but the marketing is not paying off for some reason. I think I've seen his product before though, like his content. He's going for like a very different sort of hook. Yeah, I mean, I think the product is definitely definitely a winner, but marketing wise, they didn't pull it off yet. I think they've went viral on TikTok though, because like this sort of content is more relatable to TikTok. But yeah, this is definitely a winner. Like it's way better than other Lego products I've seen. Okay. Yo beer. Yeah, sure, bro. Send me the website here or Discord, whatever you want. If you can find a product where you can find a supplier, like just think about it. This product, you have a supplier who's willing to create a custom product for you for free because he's not charging extra for the model. That's one. And then two, it's literally integrated with an app which has like a step-by-step guide on how to build it. So it feels way more personalized and custom. So there's no cheap um, look to it. You know what I mean? It looks very premium. The service that you're getting for the price. Yo, Laura was good. Type in browser. Okay. Yeah, but what is the website? Let me know. But yeah, if you guys have not seen this page, I highly recommend you understand how they created this content. Because this is like, I don't want to say this is the future, but if you can find a product which you could create insanely good content with by combining, stitch videos with AI videos, because I'm like 99% sure this is AI. I don't think this ever happened, did it? Okay, I'm still waiting for the website. He doesn't have a bundle though. I want to see this other page. Did they do the Black Friday sale? Yeah, they did. I've spoken about this product before. I'm pretty sure whoever's running this product is definitely printing. You think it was real? The F1 with McDonald? Yeah, that means it's going for like Stitch plus AI. Because I believe you, I think this was real. Why? Because I saw this. There's actually a video of this same unboxing with like 550k likes. So what he did was he attached that to Sora and then he got it to unbox the new product. That's so brilliant. It's actually so smart. But one thing which I know for sure is the reveal part. Like the watch reveal part, I'm 99% sure it's AI. Because when you compare the quality of him creating the first few clips compared to the final part, everything's different. Yeah. Oh, you sent it on DMs. Okay. Oh, okay. Found it. This one's a winner, by the way. It's not easy to make it a winner, by the way. It takes like some time. Oh, you're running this product. It's been a minute. Okay, so I see what audience you're trying to reach. Okay, so you have a very good offer. You have the FOMO. I think this is too many. Let me see. Are there any free gifts here? Okay. I might have to check this on phone, but it seems like a solid website. I do think you need to pump these numbers up though. Just add a 0. I like what you're doing though. It gives like a genuine. It makes it look genuine though, like a small business. Okay, what happens if I click add to cart? Okay, so there's skip cart. Okay, here you could add like a banner. Make it an entire banner in pink. I think you need more reviews though, like pictures. So preferably right below the product. So literally after this, you could add reviews and then FAQ and then the quotes for the social proof. Yeah, nothing much to say more than that. I mean, you have like the foundations to it. You have the offer. Is this product still going viral though? I know it was a winner big time last year. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. It will really depend on what or like how good your algorithm is. But if you're getting like 80% female audience, then I would say keep the colors. But otherwise, I would try to like. I mean, it's not bad though. I was gonna say maybe reduce the opacity of it. Let me check it on my phone real quick. I've seen some guys who made 6 figures with this. Okay, on phone it looks better. I was gonna say maybe you should use AI Studio to get better quality pictures. The thing is, I'm not sure if you intended to do this, but I feel like this is good because simple is luxury. So I do think like it's good to have to keep it this way, but I would say add in like some using Sora 2. You could add in some UGC sort either pictures or videos. Okay, like holding the phone just to give a better perspective of how it would look like for the customer to buy it. You just need more social proof, is what I'm saying. And yeah, the gifts definitely need to. So I guess the manual you could remove it. Screen protector, keep it. Yeah, I mean you could keep these except for the first one. And I'm not sure if this it's better to. I think they're like the way I look at it is if I want to keep the toggle on and off, I'd rather put like 3 on free ones and then 1 off on a paid one. So if you could find a way to increase your AOV, then I would say have like 3 gifts which are already toggled on, and then the fourth one is like something for like $5, $10, maybe protection on their shipment, which they could toggle. You want to make it as frictionless as possible for them to go to cart or checkout. So yeah. But yeah, I'm not sure if the product on its own is still valid. I've seen it do really well last year. The unboxing part is AI. Because there was no watch on the yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like here, literally you could see this. AI. This is like scuffed. And then you could see here, he's like hiding the watch. Okay, I thought this was like a familiar watch. Yeah. So he literally ran this product without even owning it, which is actually super cool. Something to learn from him. Alright, any other questions, boys? I'm redirecting because there's some questions on Discord. I'll just answer them here really quick. So the question was, do you do niche growth for IG? I do. Um, it's more like a rotation type of thing, so you don't want to just all in on it. It's more like it's a filler. So I would say 2 niche growth posts, and then 1 of yours, 1 original. This is generally like what I see the best, or like what I've seen perform the best. You could argue that just going all in on this and then leaving these for later could also work. True. You just need to test what performs better. But I have had a lot of accounts which just performed really well just by posting this. But the problem is, oftentimes the the algorithm or like the audience, it gets too pushed away from what you're trying to create. For that reason, I try to just fit in like one video at a time every day of the product to have a better idea of what you're selling. But yeah, generally I wouldn't do this for longer than a few weeks. The main reason you're doing the niche growth isn't necessarily to go viral, it's mainly just to get momentum. Because if you think about it, to edit and post and then just get 0 views on IG is very demotivating for a lot of people. For that reason, it's better to repost viral content, which is going to increase your chance of going viral. But then, worst case scenario, you just get views and momentum. So, yeah. At the start, you're just primarily looking for volume. So, any sort of volume is good. And how does he know if the watch is good if he doesn't have a sample? I believe he went for a custom product. So this was like a risk he took. And I can tell, by the way, from the way they operated the store that they're not beginners. They have like 4 different pages, which are all like bought. I believe this is a bought account. Yeah, look at that. They literally just bought this account, which was like literally in the perfect niche. And they went viral in a matter of like a few. Let me see. Let's see how long it took them to go viral. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. On their 5th, they got 40k. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oof. It took them 17 posts to go viral. But at least they didn't have to deal with the 0 view time gap. They just skipped that line. I'm trying to look for comments. Yeah, interesting. October 22. Yeah, so you can see there's a lot of volume. They're posting like twice a day. But yeah, to answer your question, I'm pretty sure they went for this product because there's a proven concept of watches performing really well. It's literally a winner. So based on that, like this is one of the factors in the criteria. If there's a product which performed well in the past and you can find a better version of it, then you have a winner. So honestly, I was tempted to trying this product, but I knew that this is custom. Like it's not easy to get. Here's the problem. It's really hard to run this. I'll tell you why. This is basically a modded Psycho, but with a lot of like IP problems. So they have, I believe they have Red Bull on it, right? Yeah, they have Red Bull on it. A lot of Red Bulls. So yeah. There were like a few red flags which didn't allow me to test it. But yeah, I mean, he went for, I don't know why they quit the product. Maybe it's like a supplier issue. For niche growth, I do all original if it works for me. So I'm gonna tell you like personally what I did. For me, I've tested both, and on this phone right here, I was able to go from literally 0 followers to 10k followers in 1 month and a half or 2 months, something like that, using only original content, 0 niche growth. But my recent accounts, which I'm creating, are all done using a combination of both. So I tend to find AI content, which is non-copyrighted, to repost. You know what I mean? So that way you could post the AI content, post your content, and this way you have like a combination of both for more momentum. But yeah, I wouldn't just post only this. I'd recommend going for like both. You're on Facebook too? For some reason, my product is performing very well on Facebook. Nice to hear. I mean, I post every single day on Facebook, and it's one of those platforms which takes forever to pay off. It took me like over 3 months of posting to just bypass 2K views. I'm gonna check my latest post. But to be fair, I'm not posting it with a VPN, so maybe that's why. Yeah, literally like 2 days ago, 1.9k views. I was stuck at like the 0 view. By the way, I've heard this is a very common thing. So apparently you have to post like 100 posts before you can get out of the 0 view jail. So I don't know. Let me know if that's how you, like, what you deal with when it comes to Facebook. But yeah, it's definitely better for conversion. Like you can get your link in the caption, which is a very underrated thing. So people could watch your, like, they would click on this, and then here they would see your link and they can click on it, which is super OP. Wait, let me see. Yo, Friendly or Yes, or is it the same guy? Alright, I'm gonna do like a few more minutes and then I gotta go. I need to edit and post my third post of the day. Hope you guys enjoy this. It's like more just lay back, chill stream and just Q&A. But yeah, next time I kind of want to like prepare some products to talk about. But this one, honestly, I had to talk about. Like, I'm glad I brought this up today because it gives you a better idea of how good AI can look like if done properly. I have a feeling that he just, look at this. The part where it just falls on the bed, I think it's AI. Part of me tells, it just doesn't look real, man. I don't know what to say. There's like a few clips here and there which doesn't look real. And pretty much every post has the AI info note. Oh, it's the same guy, friends? Okay. At first outlier video after 13 posts. And first, okay. I mean, that's a very good sign. Did you, I mean, maybe it depends on the product too. I'll tell you one thing for a fact. The unfortunate truth is, Meta in general, you need to be in a very good, you need to either have a very good account, like purely based off luck, or you need to create it using an IP of a country where the quality of the leads are just really high. Okay. For that reason, I'm literally just testing right now. Facebook is the most underperforming platforms I have right now. So what I'm doing is I'm testing till I go viral. At that moment, I'll see if it converts with the way I'm doing it, which is no VPN, nothing, then good. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to like look for a solution. But I'm not sure at what point they will show you the what's it called? The audience, like the country. Is it like Instagram? Because I have a page with over 10 million views and I still cannot see where the views came from. which is a bit brutal. Alright, boys. Thanks for watching. How long has this been? 55 minutes. Yeah, that's a long one. Yeah. Hopefully there was some sauce being shared in this video. Facebook is the one I'm trying to like get the most out of right now. I'm like posting 5 times a day because I heard you could repost, and so far it didn't. It's not shadow banning me at all. I mean, I'm averaging like 1K view per video, which is a good sign. So yeah, about time where I'm gonna go viral. Anyways, thanks for the questions, boys. Hope it was helpful. We'll see you probably in the next days. So yeah, we'll see you. Okay? Have a good night.